Unless you had something else you want to do.
Something else I want to do. I want to be here with you doing this,
No.
which is
Yeah.
why we're live.
Oh boy. Yes, the Speaker Clan podcast is totally not scripted because Legend won't let it be.
What can I say? I'm a man of few words and even less brain cells. So,
I mean,
and I'm sure this will help. So,
what are you drinking?
Shiner 1909.
All right, well,
It's
bubbling out. It's bubbling out. Yep. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, you have seen Legend take off the head.
Delicious. Anyways,
running in his beard at the moment.
It's actually not. My beard's dry. I saved it.
Anyways. Welcome to the Speaker Podcast, episode 24. I'm Batsam.
And I'm Xcalion.
Welcome back.
Xcalion the Dry. And it's been an interesting week.
It's the season of the Plunder, baby. This is our first podcast in the new season. Arc is live, and we've been plundering that booty for about a week now.
We've seen,
well, about a couple of days, about 4 or 5 days.
We've seen Lightfall, and I think we're going to.
I busted a nut when I saw the black armor. I'm not gonna lie.
Sam spotted some black armor in that trailer.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. So they showed the Warlock like when he was showing off the new Strand super. Spoilers: there's a new super coming in Lightfall, but the guy was wearing the black armors, which leads me to believe we're gonna get a season of the Reforged.
If it's reforged or not, at the very least, I mean they'll definitely refresh the armor, bring it back. But we'll see.
Some of us have already had it. Okay.
For sure. But
anyways,
if the armor comes back, you could probably imagine the weapons coming back.
They better come back. Anyways,
that'd be nice. But we'll talk about all of that. We'll talk about predictions for Lightfall later.
For sure.
Right now, we just want to go over this super beefy light twab and just But
sounds like a terrible sandwich. Super beefy light. It's like, what would that even be? Like just watered down beef flavor? That would be disgusting.
I could
imagine rolling up to Arby's like, I would have a super beefy light, thank you. It's like what? It's like all of the meat with like half of the flavor.
It's literally a roast beef sandwich with one slice of meat on it.
No. It's like the half pounder, but half of the meat is plant based. So you don't know how much meat you're actually getting.
No. I don't wish that upon anybody. No, thank you.
Oh, this is why we don't script, folks.
This is why we don't script. Hey, Snipe, he is in the chat, says everybody wants the Black Armory weapons back. Everybody.
None more than me, though. None more than me, Snipe. I want it back more.
This week at Bungie 8/25/2022, we have a lot to talk about. Ahoy, Guardians! Do we have things to talk about this week or what? Tuesday brought us a ton of information, and today we got to talk about a little bit more about what's happening in the current season between Arc 3.0, Season of the Plunder, King's Fall, and the Epic Game Store and Free Week. I guess we should get into the details now. Hold on to your ghosts, Guardian. We've got some mysterious relics to find. Season of the Plunder is here, and we love seeing all the clips and memories being made as you and your lovely band of crewmates, Mithrax, Spider, Drifter, Ido, scour the high space seas to find mysterious relics before Aramis does. Season of the Plunder features a new weekly 6-player match-made mission called the Catch Crash, a new 3-player match-made activity called Expedition, new gear to loot, and a new weapon to craft. The Delicate Tomb Exotic Fusion Rifle can be instantly unlocked with the Season Pass. Arc 3.0 is also live and free for all, with Void and Solar having their fun already. This is the third and last subclass to get the rework. Release the Storm with electrifying grenades, beat up your enemies with the new thunderous melee attacks, and fill the speed with the new buffs and abilities, and build your own fighting style around the aspects and fragments. So,
I feel like somebody at Bungie, somebody at like the executive level in a board meeting pitched and said, how can we have our players make more memories? Because literally that is talked about constantly ever since they did the big showcase for Lightfall. Like every single one of their like people that have come out and said something, it's like, oh, it's about making memories. Like, okay, yeah, all right. I don't remember the Gambit team I crushed earlier this week. And I get it, like, oh yeah, we ran this raid, it was so cool, we did this. Like, yeah, that's who's pushing this whole like make memories thing? Because it's a little off I wouldn't say off-putting, but it's like, I don't know, it's a weird focus angle.
You should be off-putting.
That's why I'm a bartender. I know.
I'm sorry. I had to. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
It's like
all the talk of the memories. Look, don't get me wrong. I like whenever they do this stuff when they send us the emails.
oh yeah, that's
whenever we first started Destiny and they showed us all of our Destiny 2, I should say, they showed us all of our Destiny 1 achievements and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which I didn't really have many. I didn't clan up until I met you guys, and that was just a couple of months before D2 dropped.
But the difference for me being, we actually a friend of ours passed away at the end of Destiny 1, and hitting that button and getting, like, as Destiny 2 launched, we were all loading in, and like all the team was together in chat, and like, oh, we beat this story with that fire team member, we beat this raid with that fire team member, and then we just lost another fire team member in the last couple years, and he was also a member of our clan who raided and did stuff with us. So it's like, oh, that part kind of hurt and kind of cried a little bit going into Destiny 2, and I can see that the memories are there for that, but like, it just, the way they're going about it feels very heavy-handed, that they keep shoving that in your face. But I mean, it is cool to get those every now and then.
For sure.
So,
for sure.
But
Dirt
anyways.
Nasty is in the chat, and he said, "Ha, pudding." Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good for you, Dirt.
Yeah. Oh.
Get back to work.
Anyways, we need to get back to work here. King's Fall is coming. What? King's Fall?
Yes.
King's
In an
Fall.
hour, we'll be doing that.
King's Fall.
Yeah.
Is that what's? I thought. Oh man, I thought it was the other one.
Wasn't Wrath of the Machines?
I thought it was going to be Wrath of the Machines coming back. God. All right. Well, King's Fall it is. The Taken King is back on August 26th at 10 a.m. That would be yesterday. Raid race happened. Contest mode, all of that jazz, enabled for 24 hours. This is kind of pointless because all of this already happened. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. Clan Elysium got world's first. That is Saltic Repo. That's a three-peat. He's done it 3 times in a row.
Yeah, there's a lot of controversy around that right now too.
There's not. I think they've got it figured out.
Did they?
They had one person in their fire team that apparently was doing some stuff, and that person did not get the reward,
the belt.
The belt. So, and I believe they're revoking his emblem. So, yeah. But apart from that, that was it. I made an attempt. I played nearly 12 hours yesterday. I wasn't going to, but I had my friends that were all like, listen, we do need you after all. And I told them I would make myself available that day in case they needed me. And I planned on it because I was like, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to keep up with it. I'm going to watch it with Ross or whoever all day. So took the day off, paid attention
there you
to
go.
it, watched it. We made an attempt. We made it to Daughters. After spending a couple of hours inside of Daughters, one of our fire team members warped out and blocked everybody. That was awesome. Way to go, bro.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So at that point, we like kind of looked around and it's like, well, I was like, I might be able to pull somebody. I might be able to get somebody to help out. And and they were just like, no, it's pointless now. Like they wouldn't get the emblem or anything. That didn't do all the encounters. So we cut our losses. Said screw it. It was,
walked away with some loot though, right?
Loot. I got 3 cloaks.
Ooh. Accessories.
And a mod. I did get a mod, so that was cool.
Bro. You got a mod?
I got a mod.
Bro.
I got a mod. But
did you guys even find all the hidden chests? Like there was 3 hidden chests.
I don't know. We found one. The
one that we found today?
We already we did that one. And
there was 2 more that you missed.
But, I mean, going through and doing it again today, spoiler alert, we went through today to just do it after reset, after contest mode was turned off, just to try and take a few people through it. And we got past totems, which was great. It's really not that difficult. It's
a lot more timing.
It's very fast paced. You just got to plan for survivability. It's any new raid, right? Like Vault of Glass. I can go into Vault of Glass right now with my worst gear on and do fine. But the first few times I did it, I had to have good gear on, right? So
Mhm.
this is
You
no
have to bring
different.
your absolute best. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we've talked about raid races before, and there's a certain level of confidence that comes from like Deep Stone Crypt is actually one of our clan's best raids. We can do that in like 45 minutes to 30 minutes flat, no problem.
Yeah.
It's something that a lot of our teammates have done before. Everyone understands the positions they have to do. It's just boom, 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 done.
It's so funny because we go through that raid oftentimes like we don't plan anything. We just go through, get
Yeah,
it going,
just
and
chaos strat.
get it
Yeah,
done. Yeah.
yeah.
And this will be that eventually. Like
Mm-hmm. My,
King's Fall is not one of the longest raids there is. I
no,
would argue like Leviathan is probably one on the longer side of raids, but like
I would say Last Wish as well. Just
yeah, Wish, yeah, okay, yeah, that's Last Wish is
Last
probably
Wish
the longest
is
raid.
is super long,
Um,
but then also very mechanic heavy.
yeah, but they also they knew that and they built into that the ability to skip. So,
Mm-hmm.
anyways, all of that pointless.
Yep.
Very similar to Vault of Glass. They had it done. You had to complete the raid twice to get the actual completion. So there was the initial contest mode, which was just with all the modifiers on, like crazy. You are hard capped on your power level,
Mm-hmm.
1570 for all encounters. No matter what gear you get that gets you above that, you're capped.
Right, right.
You're
I
capped
thought it
at
was
1570.
I thought it was 1560.
It might be. I could be wrong. I thought it was 70, but
I could be wrong too.
either way,
Regardless.
contest mode. Yeah. Once you do contest mode, then you have to do challenge mode. Challenge mode is it's where all of the challenges are active, and you do get rewarded for all of them, which is very cool. But you're also doing it under the contest mode pretext, so it's just as hard as you were doing it before, but you have to complete all of the challenges. If you don't complete a challenge, you wipe. You go back. You have to start from the beginning. So
I really want this to be a tab for past raids.
yes,
Because this would honestly be a great way of like shaping up your team,
yeah.
where it's like, hey man, we're going for just the challenge modes. Like instead of having everyone go wipe, it's like the game just wipes it for you.
Yeah,
That would be nice.
You know, I wish they would because there's an easy way to to think about that. You know, like doing the challenge during the actual like weekly raid. You you get your pinnacle, right? Doing the challenge, if you do challenge mode though, you don't get pinnacles, but you get double drops for all that stuff, all the encounters.
Yeah.
Which
is nice.
super easy to think about and do. Yeah, I would like that too. Either way, again, Clan Elysium, that Celtic Repo and his group, they did it.
Yeah.
They did the thing. So maybe there's some pending stuff there. I'm not sure. There's some nutty stuff going on.
Right, and I think the biggest thing is the community's upset with that is because this is their three-piece. They've done 3 raids in a row where they've done this. You know, Vault of Glass was their first win. They did Vow a Discipled, and now King's Fall. The biggest thing that people are upset about is like, oh, they're treating this like it's this extravagant thing. Well, a raid race is pretty extravagant in and of itself, but the big complaint is, well, 2 of these raids are reprised. Do it again with 3 brand new raids. Listen, I don't know if you knew this, but it takes a lot to put out a raid. And people are constantly clamoring to have old content brought back into the game. They're doing that slowly.
Yeah, and just
give it time, it'll be okay.
I will say, and I think Sam was disappointed to see this, just like with Vault of Glass, we didn't get all of the loot back. We got back a select few weapons. Earlier we were talking about it, and Sam's like, this new origin trait's going to be great on this linear fusion. I'm like, Sam, there is no linear fusion.
Yep.
So
I was upset because there was the auto rifles missing. That was actually one of my favorite weapons. Mm-hmm. And I know why they took it out. It was
because it was it was like a 1200 RPM. It'd be like a 1200 RPM.
Well, also back in Destiny 1, it was a primary slot weapon that ran solar.
Okay.
So back in Destiny 1, anything that was considered primary had no element whatsoever. Secondary could also be a primary weapon, but it had an element. So you could run like, 2 auto rifles back to back.
Just like we have it now.
Right. But this was a kinetic weapon that had an element, and that was game changing. Back then, the only times you could get weapons like this was from raids, which made the raid weapons stand out. This was one of those weapons.
Trials, yeah.
So it was a way of like beating Nightfalls on harder difficulties because you had all the different elements at your disposal.
And I can tell you why the linear's not back. Linears were special weapons back then.
Mm-hmm. So there will be some serious recalculations for a raid they're just bringing back and putting a fresh coat of paint on. We might see it pop up later for the hard mode, but I'm not holding my breath. Regardless, King's Fall happened. Raid race is done. The biggest discrepancy with the actual raid is people are just unhappy that they won it for the third time in a row, but that's going to happen no matter what because you're going to see haters on Twitter.
Yep. Always,
moving on.
Always and forever. So yeah, there's the raid belt. There's the raid ring. That's just for. By the way, anybody can get this ring so long as you complete the raid within this. I think
the week.
Yeah, within the week. Just get it done within the first week.
The ring actually looks really cool though.
Yeah. It's really cool. It's got.
If it wasn't, if it wasn't $150, maybe.
Well, Blood might get it.
I know. Blood got the actual raid ring too, like the big one with the skull on it, which was cool.
All right.
Which maybe when he joins the podcast one time he'll show it off.
Yeah, we can totally get him to do that. I hope so. Moving on here. Wait, what is free? From August 23rd until August 30th, that is this week, all current Destiny 2 story campaigns, Shadowkeep Beyond Light, and the Witch Queen and their associated quest and content will be temporarily playable by all players for free. Doesn't matter if you play on Xbox, PlayStation, Stadia, or PC, you'll have access to some of the best content Destiny 2 has to offer. Now, this is cool and all. I wish they would have done this at a different time. I wish they wouldn't have done this during the first week of a new season where we're having a ton of bugs. We've had a ton of bugs this season. It's been ridiculous. Literally, the new Titan exotic, upon launch of the new season, was
disabled.
Was disabled
immediately.
Disabled. A bunch of new stuff. Yeah, and also the same week as the raid dropping, I wish they would have done this.
Maybe next week.
Yeah, at the very least. But either way, it's kind of cool. Yeah, you can play it right now. All the stuff, it's pretty nifty. Epic Games. If you don't know what Epic Games is, Epic Games makes Fortnite and some other cool stuff. I don't really care. I'm not a Fortnite guy. My kids love Fortnite. Occasionally, I play with them or something like that. But Fortnite and Epic Games and Bungie are crossing over. So this week, whenever the new season dropped, we also got ornaments in Destiny 2 for some armor that's inside of Fortnite. Not armor, some
characters.
Some characters that are inside of Fortnite.
Yeah.
I don't know all the characters, so I can't tell you which ones they are. I guess it kind of says Warlock with the Drift ornament, Hunters is the Oblivion ornament, and Titans with the Black Knight ornament. So there you go. And then also, pretty cool, on Fortnite they added some Destiny stuff. So very cool actually. Zavala, Ikora, and the Stranger are Elsie, I guess. Elsie are playable characters inside, as well as a couple of weapons like swords. I want to say the new one, the Heart Shadow, is a sword.
I think Lament is in there too.
Lament is in there, and some other stuff. But apart from that, they also have, as part of the map, the Destiny 2 map, Javelin 4. Not only that, it's also a playable multiplayer map inside of it. So that's actually very cool. It's very similar to the actual map that we have. It's so funny seeing a lot of Destiny people I know. It launched with SBMM enabled. Well, technically it didn't launch with it enabled. They had to fix that, and it launched the next day. But PvP is in a rough patch right now. Me being the veteran PvP guy, I can attest to that. It's in a pretty rough patch right now, and having Javelin on Fortnite, people are like, "Oh man, this is way better than Destiny." It's so funny. It's so funny because Fortnite is also doing a Dragon Ball Z crossover, so you can also have Zavala using the Kamehameha, which as you can see, Sam is he's giggling with excitement over that. Any comments?
No.
Just no. It looks okay.
So Legend had the audacity. So we're gonna talk about this for a second. We're gonna talk about this for a second. So upon the release of this season, I was incredibly underwhelmed with how Arc performed, at least for myself. I had not sat down and actually read through all of the stuff and what it actually does. I hadn't properly built into anything. I threw in my Geomag stabilizers, praying and hoping that they had buffed my beloved Kamehameha after the significant gut wrench that all of the hunter mains cried their abundantly salty tears to the devs to nerf into the ground. It is still nerfed into the ground. Geomags do nothing but extend it, and that's kind of all they do. They don't add extra damage. Sure, you could say the act of extending it would help, but as I was using it on a boss, and I had about a quarter left of my super, it shut off and drained the last quarter bit away. Why? Does it have a max cap? I have no idea. All I know is I was not doing maximum deeps, and I didn't like it. I was so furious. I made my point well known to Legend and kind of swore off Arc for a couple of days until I could sit down and actually build it back up. So as my caring fire team member and charming co-host of this channel and co-leader of our clan, decided in thought fit to do was to message me on Twitter of a clip of Zavala using a Kamehameha, killing and winning the game. I myself a proud Warlock main who can't use my Kamehameha to its fullest advantage because it's still not as good as it used to be. Found this whole thing making me incredibly angry, and I think he's pulling up the clip right now. You're a jerk, Ledge.
Oh.
Are you pulling it up?
Maybe.
I have the screen pulled up, Ledge. I can see.
What you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know why I would be doing anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, what's this? We don't need to see it again. That's enough.
You're a dick, Ledge.
I don't even play Fortnite, so I don't know why you're so salty. But crossover event, so that's happening right now. Moving on, I was a little salty, and this isn't into TWAB. This is just a little note. I was a little salty whenever the season launched, but I bought all of them. Ha ha, dirty. Dirty supporting Epic Games there. That's great. But I was a little salty at the beginning of the season because Void 3.0, we got the Void armor. Now you can make your arguments. I think the armor looks pretty good. And I know Sam's argument is like the weird V stuff that's on the Warlocks. Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, just make them look normal. Other than that, the armor looks okay.
I mean, it's V for Void, so I mean, all right, cool.
Yeah, I guess, but
not going for the supervillain look.
V for Vendetta. There you go. The solar armor. I think the solar armor for all three subclasses looked great. Solar ornaments looked great, and I was expecting Arc ornaments because this is Arc 3.0. This is the launch for Arc 3.0. This is something that I was actually kind of looking forward to because I was like, they kind of killed it, especially you know, I think for the Hunters and Titans. Again, I think the only real complaint was the Warlocks with the Void stuff. So I was pretty stoked, and instead we got these Epic Games, these Fortnite skins. So I mean, it's whatever. The skins don't look bad. I think even the same can admit that.
I do like the fact that mine crackles with lightning, which I think is pretty cool. And I do think this. I do think that even Bungie isn't stupid enough to realize like, oh, we missed a trend. But I feel like it's because their partnership with Epic Games is like a limited time. Like, oh, we partnered with them. This is too big to ignore. Yeah. I mean, from a business standpoint, yeah, no, go ahead. That's you're paying for a skin. Great. Well, here's our big partner that a lot of people know. I have seen tons of videos pop up in my YouTube feed about people like, how do we get these new skins? And there's tons of Fortnite players that are migrating to Destiny to pick up these skins that are ecstatic that they don't have to actually pay for them, that it's in-game and playable to win them. So I think, honestly, that's a great way of like bringing in new players. And they've already talked about how they wanted to do that. I'm sure, hopefully, next season we'll see the Arc armor.
No, they've already. That's what I was getting into. They verified that. They came out
perfect.
On Twitter and stated that next season we will get the Arc ornaments. So
Good.
I was
Good.
just letting everybody know that.
Good. You should have cut me off then.
I like your voice. So, Urs,
Thank you.
yeah, they confirmed that. Yeah. So
Wonderful.
But yeah, either way, kind of cool. I do like seeing this crossover stuff. I'm gonna ask all of you this, something I don't do often. I want to ask you all this, and I want to see it on the comment slider over here. What crossover would you like to see? Because this is cool, and we've also kind of had a bit of a Halo crossover. We had I guess not Halo.
Yeah.
We had well, I guess it's not even really a crossover because it was Bungie.
It was just Bungie. Yeah.
So whatever.
Just Bungie's old assets.
Never mind what I said. I
still want to see I want to see what people's comments are. Honestly, I think would be fun would be like Mass Effect would be sick.
Or Mass Effect would be cool.
I was thinking like that's a good. I would like to see potentially, well, because if they got not EA, oh gosh, they could do they could partner up with Warframe and get some cool looking armors from that. You could do
Warframe's got a lot of cool stuff.
Warframe's got a lot of cool stuff and a lot of cool weapons. What's the other one I'm thinking of? What if they partnered up with Ubisoft? And we got some like Assassin's Creed mixed with like Rainbow Six,
some Ghost Recon stuff like that.
Yeah, Rainbow Six Siege. Like they have a lot of other things to offer as well. But yeah, no, that'd be sick.
I mentioned on Twitter, and I feel pretty confident about this one. I would like maybe even if they did like a Star Wars crossover.
Yeah.
Because like you got hunters, you got Mandalorians for hunters. You've got Jedi or Sith.
You don't know. You don't get to be that cool. You don't get to be that cool.
And Titans, in all of their crayon-eating glory, get Stormtroopers. So,
and Clone Troopers.
Clone Troopers too. Clone
Troopers are arguably way cooler.
They're actually cool. They're actually cool.
Yeah.
So far, so long as they're thinking for themselves and laying off the crayons.
Captain Rex.
No, but like I think there's definitely some cool looking like Jedi stuff out there, or like Sith stuff that the Warlocks could have access to. And I mean, you already see people building into like Mandalorian looks for hunters now. Like it's been going on for a long time, especially after Mandalorian came out. So something like that, I think.
Yeah, I would like to see specifically what if they took and did Iron Banner. Iron Banner is supposed to be like a representation of like some of the best warriors from around. Why not do themed armor sets based on some of the greatest warriors that ever lived? So you do like the samurai, the knights,
Nords,
the Vikings,
Spartans,
could do like the Spartans, but just like every year or like every 6 months, just change up some armors, but then have that in the rotation, or that could be it. Every year, put out a universal ornament set for Iron Banner, and you have the year to collect it.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
That would be incentive to go and try and play Iron Banner when you don't want to play Iron Banner.
Sure. Yeah, either way, a lot of cool stuff, but I dig the crossover. This is like a big first thing for them. So
this is what RPGs do.
Yeah, so many. I play Mega Man X Dive on my phone sometimes, and dude, they've crossed over with so many different games. So many. Okay, they've done Street Fighter. They've done mostly like Capcom stuff, I guess, because that's a Capcom thing. But other ones do it all the time. Same with Raid. Raid does crossover events pretty regularly. Here we go. We got Sniper says, I've been hearing Gundam Buster sniper rifle coming out for Halloween. It does look a lot like the Buster rifle-ish. Yeah. It does. I saw that, and I immediately texted a picture of it to Blood because we got the mecha stuff.
It's exciting.
I'm kind of glad they bought it, and they did the same with the Jurassic Green, right? Like with the dino theme last year. So it's kind of cool to see them do that theme.
Dirty says Elden Ring. That would actually be cool to see too. We kind of play into like the knights and stuff.
What's up, Piggy Master? It's my boy from Twitter, Zedediah.
There it is. Legend knows everyone, apparently.
I've got some Twitter friends.
He has the followers. Anyways.
It's good, bro.
So yeah, so crossovers. I would like to see some cool stuff too. I like the new armor. I like seeing new armor sets coming in, dropping in, and honestly, glamour is the end game.
Yeah.
I would love to start seeing some more like weapon ornaments, but I feel like it's hard to do with them constantly rotating the weapon pool. I'll settle for universal like changing shaders. But
yours.
Yeah, it's because so Legend knows everyone because he keeps promising everyone $100. So, come join the clan. Legend will give you $100. Not. Anyways, moving on.
Moving on. I like that. Yeah, so there's your ornaments. They all look pretty cool. Moving on. And here's some other, stuff. Celebration is in the EGS account to your Bungie. Link those for your Fortnite and the Fall Guys stuff, and you get kind of a Fall Guys themed ornament. Or not ornament, emblem. Yeah, pretty cool. So the exotic ornament results are in, and I am bummed. And I think Sam is bummed.
I am too. I'm so bummed about this.
Freaking Arbalest one. Arbalest just got an ornament that actually changes the aesthetic of the gun, gives it a nice clean scope. At least,
nope. We lost to Rat King.
Oh.
The community failed me.
I feel failed too. Like, God, freaking Arbalest.
Yep.
Sniper says he wants to see Guts armor for Titans from Berserk.
I would switch.
You can kind of build into that to make. That
I would switch.
You would be a Titan main.
I mean, I used to be a Titan main.
Yeah.
I told you. There's a couple things that would take me back to being a Titan. If I could dual wield sweet businesses, it's over for everything in my way.
I picked. By the way, y'all, I picked Rat King.
Legend.
I told you.
And I told you. I told the community. I said sweet business all the way, baby. Whatever. Anyways, moving on.
We're all disappointed now.
We're all disappointed.
Player support, la da da. You guys know we pretty well skip this stuff. There's a lot of known issues right now. There is a lot.
A lot.
The Quicksilver Storm exotic auto rifle is disabled right now because
it's a shame.
Lo and behold, it doesn't even say it on here. Guys, that thing was causing arc damage. It was shutting down arc shields. Kinetic auto rifle. And I thought maybe that was just part of the gun because it's kind of like a technological advance. It's definitely the theme of the gun is it's got something to do with the Neptune area that we got, and I'm gonna we'll talk about that in the after show, after the after TWAB, kind of go over some thoughts there because I do have an idea. Yeah, that's more or less it. Get down here, read the closing statements. All right, Guardians, that was a lot of information. Please send us questions, comments, and even your favorite clips as you explore the season. We hope you all are having a jolly old time scouring the space seas, but we also want to leave as much for you to explore as possible. So on that note, get back out there, Guardians. We have some artifacts to recover. Stay crafty, Sam. So, not ours.
I wrote the article.
Sam. Good job, Sam.
I didn't.
Yeah, so...
There was an amazing lack of spelling errors, and that totally would have been my thing.
I have some ideas. One main idea that I truly believe is happening. Okay. We, after not necessarily inside the trailer so much, but during the showcase, we saw some stuff for Neptune, right? For Lightfall. Right. We saw a couple of the characters that we're going to be interacting with.
Right.
And they look strange.
Cool.
They look cool.
Yeah.
What if these are the characters from Bungie's new IP that they've been working on?
Possibly. It'd be a good way to get your name out there.
Yeah. Right. Like they're actually they're just extending the Destiny universe, which would be really interesting.
Yeah.
I see this new auto rifle. It's very cool, by the way, and we've talked about it before. We've talked about what we would like to see, and I'm going to say two things happened.
Yep.
Okay. Sam wanted this auto rifle.
I did.
This is exactly what he wanted.
Basically, it's a more polished version of what. And a couple of TWABs ago, we talked about this.
Yeah.
Because we was a really slow TWAB day, and Legends design an exotic, and I said I wanted a auto rifle that looked like an M4A1, that had a grenade launcher on the bottom, but like demolitionist or an osmosis, or maybe like adrenaline junkie. But essentially, you build up energy, and it gives you a breech loaded grenade, and you can pop it, and then maybe the catalyst would give you a second one with that ambitious assassin, or give it an element on the grenade, or make the grenade bigger. That's actually something we talked about in a previous TWAB, in a previous video that we had. So don't believe me, go look at it. But it's hilarious that literally this season, the auto rifle that we had talked about, almost just a better version of what I came up with is now in the game. That's pretty cool.
It's very cool. It's very cool, and I could honestly imagine, because we don't have a catalyst yet. I imagine we'll get one whenever Lightfall drops. And I could imagine it doing something along the lines of not even osmosis, better than osmosis. Basically, the grenade that you load, it matches your subclass, whatever your subclass is.
Yeah, give it chain reaction and give us 5 of them.
Sure, something. Okay, yeah, go for it all the way. And then I came up with something called a Vex Buster, and it was much like an X Buster, only it does more damage to Vex, and it does some like Mega Man-esque things, not unlike Jotun, very similar to Jotun. And then lo and behold, we got a Jotun ornament this season that is blue and looks very reminiscent of an X Buster. So
I mean, so we know that at that point it's just like somebody's watching, and we're happy that you're here. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you. But yeah, that's my thoughts. And this, whatever this auto rifle is definitely going to be like a new manufacturer, like you know, our foundries and stuff like that.
For sure,
because it looks totally different. It looks otherworldly. I like it. It looks very cool. It's a very unique gun.
It sounds good too. It has its own unique sound.
Really good. It is. It's pretty underwhelming. I'm gonna say this. It's a rapid fire frame, 720 RPM, which is, I think this is. Okay, it's not the only one. Tommy's matchbook is also 720, but so it's not the only exotic auto rifle that's that. But it has 100 stability. This thing is a laser beam.
Yeah. And the best part is go ahead.
I was just gonna say, as you're landing shots, it shoots little micro rockets from the barrel at the enemy, and they're little tracking rockets. So the TTK for this thing is honestly really weird. The gun itself is okay. The grenade launcher is pretty underwhelming inside of PvP, anyways. Me being the PvP guy, it's pretty underwhelming. Like 2 grenades don't even kill somebody. So that's kind of funny. But apart from that, still very cool.
Yeah. Honestly, the fun part is, like, it feels, so the bullets and everything, the gun feels light, it moves quickly. And with it being such a rapid fire frame and with high fire rate, yeah, it could feel underwhelming to that extent. But the burst damage that comes out from this thing, if you're able to land those headshots, yeah, you're not landing a lot of damage with the bullets, but the micro rockets coming out, keeping the fire and the pressure on, is going to allow you to give sustained damage with a touch of burst. So it depending on how you're using it, depending on whose hands it's in, can make a big difference. So I like it. I think it's fun to play around with just kind of casually. I don't think it's going to be super viable when it comes to GMs or even some harder nightfalls, even raids. It just kind of depends on what you're using it for.
I haven't seen this yet, but I want to see it, considering how it does kind of the cool stuff. You know how for example, Outbreak is a pretty good DPS weapon for a kinetic, just for a basic weapon, a generic weapon. Imagine pairing this with like Action War Rig.
Oh yeah,
just non-stop, just bottomless. That
would be nice.
And rockets and stuff. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. But,
yeah.
Do you have any thoughts about the upcoming season, or about the upcoming about Lightfall?
I'm excited about the super. I'm really excited about the grapple hook that they talked about. The biggest thing is repositioning is a huge thing in endgame. Positioning is everything. Whether it's time for DPS, getting out of the way, running mechanics. We do a lot of stuff with raids where you need to be in the correct position, and this is a nice, quick, and snappy way to get into it. Also, it adds more movement options. That's really all they showed off, but what they showed off with the grappling hook really impressed me. Remember a couple years ago where every game decided that like Rust was the best game ever and everybody was using bows for everything? We're finally out of the Rust phase and we're comfortably sitting in the decade of the grappler. A lot of games, and I do mean a lot of them, have grappling hooks, and I can't think of a single game with a grappling hook that wasn't made better.
Titanfall was great. I guess Halo has it now. Halo Infinite. What else is there? Of course,
Monster Hunter got one.
Monster Hunter has one. Of course, would be remiss to mention the Spider-Man games. Very popular games. I don't know. I feel like it's not so much a callback to like Titanfall or something as it is like everybody likes Attack on Titan. You know.
Yeah.
Like
Everyone loves grappling hook.
Right. Batman.
Yeah. See, but see, I honestly, I'm gonna be reserved on my opinions on things moving forward. Just until we see more of it. Like we only were shown a small bit, and to sit here and speculate and just kind of waste everyone's time without, oh, this would be cool. But
I do have a
I
question.
mean,
Did you see that the collector's edition comes with a fish?
I did see that.
How does that make you feel?
I don't care.
I care.
I don't plan on buying it. I don't plan on buying it.
I'm not buying it either. I'm not.
Okay.
I ain't got no time for that. I'm just what? So they show off the fish. They give us the fish in Beyond Light. They show it off in the trailers.
Yep.
I guess the teaser trailers. I guess we want to be specific. And then the regular trailers come out and they're edited without the fish. Inside of the game, they're like the cutscenes in the game are edited without the fish. There is lore about the fish in the game. But then everything
Watch it be from Neptune.
That might
Watch
be
it be from
That's
Neptune.
what I've seen people say online. They're like, it's from Neptune. It's going to be from Neptune, probably.
Yeah. But it's like from her version of Neptune.
It's like, that's fine, I guess. But, like,
yeah.
I don't know why they ever took it, I guess. I don't know. Urzen said it is.
Yeah. I mean.
Clearly, Urzen knows something I don't.
Lore, Ledge. Also, objective playing. It's been confirmed.
I play the objective. We saw that thing, that email a while back, and I had way more captures than you.
Oh yeah, oh boy, that's so cool. Shit. From what? From playing Crucible?
Objective D's nuts.
Yeah, see? I also don't play Crucible very often. Anyways, that all being said, do you have any speculations moving forward? We'll wrap this up here because we got a raid to go do.
Speculations, I mean, I'm excited about Neptune. It looks cool. I hope it's being that it's a huge freaking city. I really hope that it's gonna
open
and populated. You know, I want to see some people. Like that's the one thing. The one thing you always think about the last, maybe not the one thing that everybody thinks of, but like the last city, like being able to actually go into the last city and see what's going on would be kind of cool.
I think it'd be a lot too. I would think it'd be too much for their servers to handle.
It would be for sure. But speculation, we definitely know some. We know some stuff is happening with Callus, right? It'll be interesting to see. Clearly, very clearly, the Leviathan is. He was not on the Leviathan. They showed us his ship. It wasn't the Leviathan. He's got basically his own pseudo pyramid now. And wow, blood, wow. Okay, blood. Okay.
Of course, he just woke up.
Hey, blood. So yeah, I kind of like. I still kind of hope that Leviathan does come back as an actual like raid at some point in time. Because to me that is still like I like Scourge. Don't get me wrong, but it's very short. It's very easy. I liked it because it was definitely made it like easy to teach people how to raid. Like you have some very basic, very simple mechanics. Here you go. This is what you do. I did like that.
Yep.
But to me, Leviathan is still like the epitome of like a good raid that they did inside of Destiny 2. So and it'll be interesting. I don't really know because again, like you said, they didn't really show us a whole lot. And that's fine. That's fine. If I'm being real, like that's fine. You know, so long as they do actually like, I hope that the hype matches. They did a really good job of the Witch Queen. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel the Witch Queen was great. Narratively, we know that the legendary missions, legendary campaigns coming back. That's cool. Building upon that. I didn't like how they talked about it like it was some new thing, and I was like, guys, y'all had this back in Destiny 1. This was a thing.
Yep. No, yeah, I agreed. I agreed.
This isn't new.
I mean, I was willing just to kind of give that one to them because they're like, oh, we're breaking new ground. Like, sure. Also, you remember how you had skulls back in Halo? That was cool too. All right, whatever, fine.
Urzen says, I hope the destination gives us more to do this go around like Forsaken. Sure, that's fair.
He also says I'm a bit excited and a little bit let down that it isn't as dark, air quotes, as the teaser image made it seem. Yeah, I can feel that. Honestly, I don't. So here's my thing. Here's what I'm thinking, right? I'm I'm thinking that Lightfall is not going to be our darkest chapter yet. I think our darkest chapter is the next one coming. I don't think we're going to fight the Witness in Lightfall.
I
I
saw
think
some
I
different
think
stuff.
we're you saw some different stuff?
I saw people who were like, guys, what they did with like Savathun and stuff, like
Yeah.
we're gonna kill the Witness, and he's not even gonna be a raid boss. He's just gonna be the story boss. We're gonna kill that dude.
But my thinking is this. I think the raid will be Kalos. I think the end of the story would be like breaking a pyramid ship and like showing off that we can do it, or we do fight the Witness. He escapes us and redoubles his efforts. And the next episode is gonna, well, the next chapter of our thing is now he's accumulating an army, or we're shown how big the Witness's army is.
Yeah.
Or just the Witness is like the herald for what's coming next. And yeah, we do kill him.
Uh,
So there's a lot open to speculation. That's kind of why I'm like, I don't want to really get into that right now.
I'm tracking with you. Slight difference of opinion. I think Callus is actually going to be the story boss.
Yeah.
For sure. He's on the cover. He's on the cover. Or he's on the Lightfall poster.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to be in there.
And then so is the Witness. So the Witness wouldn't be the boss either?
Not necessarily, because we've already seen the Witness at this point. I think the Witness is
Right.
the raid boss. I think he is the raid boss.
We'll see.
Because we do have to remember, the Witness is not the big boss.
Exactly.
There's
That's what I'm saying.
somebody-
He's
there's-
probably the herald, and the
Yeah.
next thing is going to be even darker. I think like the next three after this will be like, maybe we lose the Traveler and we think it's darker and gets like dark and gritty and like, ooh, woe is me. I'm a hard guardian fighting my way through the city, and everyone's like, shut up, Hunter, let's go raid.
You're just trying to get me
So,
to raid with you right now.
We're gonna go raid. We're gonna stop the podcast. We're gonna go raid King's Fall.
Dude, blood. I think it's Tanix.
Agreed. Tanix is coming back.
Oh.
Confirmed by our Titan main. He sniffed the crayon green and is now confirmed that Tanix is the next raid boss. Anyway, we're gonna wrap this up here. I'm gonna be on Twitch, Batsam42, if you guys want to come and watch our fire team try to raid King's Fall. I think Legend might stream as well. We'll see, depending on who his internet is. And we're gonna get this underway. We have a team ready to go.
Great.
Sure it is, you Mr. Fiber Optic dropping 3 times a day. Anyway, I'm Batsam.
And I am pissed.
He's
I'm